Hello watchers, welcome back to the channel. Look at what I have today to present, something that I'm quite excited about. Yes, this is a Jaeger LeCoultre, a brand right at the very high end of Haute Horlogerie, the high art of class watchmaking, high-end watchmaking in Switzerland. So this company, Jaeger LeCoultre, is not something that I ever dreamed I would be able to feature on the channel. Of course, really long history, over 180 years, established in the first half of the 19th century by Antoine LeCoultre and his brother, and then some 70 years later, a French watchmaker, Edmond Jaeger, collaborated with them, and hence the name since then became Jaeger LeCoultre. Now, this company really initially established the first watchmaking manufacturer in the Vallée de Joux, that home of horology in Switzerland, the Jura Mountains in Switzerland, and since then they've been known to be a high-end movement maker, and they have supplied movements to all of the Holy Trinity, I guess, as you will, Vacheron Constantin, Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet. All of them have used JLC movements. So this particular watch is the Master Ultra Thin Date. The reference is 1288420. It is a watch that is still available today. The website states it is understated, sophisticated, timeless, and really that's what they're going for, and they achieve it with such success. It's really quite striking when you hold this in your hand. The movement in this case is the JLC Caliber 899/1, and really look at the decoration of the movement. It is really quite, that's really what high horology is about. Look at the the guilloche, look at the polish, the gold writing, master control 1000 hours, and that really refers to the testing that they put these movements through. 1000 hours meaning more than 40 days of testing, and as I understand it, they regulate it after they encase it, unlike Kosk, which is regulated prior to encasement, so the accuracy is supposed to be even better, or you can achieve a higher degree and more reliable degree of timekeeping accuracy. This movement is, of course, 28,800 beats per hour, as which many of the modern Swiss movements. It is an update of the older Caliber 889. It's 32 joules with a documented 38 power reserve, so relatively short power reserve, but it is an automatic, so if you wear it every day you shouldn't need to wind it. As you've seen already, it does have a quick set date at a 6 o'clock window, an elegant rectangular small window at the 6 o'clock position. What makes this Haute Horlogerie? Well, okay, the first thing is, of course, even as you look at it, it's the decoration. Look at a lot of the higher end ones are hand decorated. Now I understand that this movement is produced in relatively large quantities, more so than many high horology pieces, so maybe this is borderline, but it is the most gorgeous looking movement I have yet to feature on the channel. It really does catch the eye, the detail, the blue screws that they put in there. What else? Well, that balance wheel, and I'll try to put photographs here, that balance wheel is actually free sprung. Now that's the only free sprung balance wheel I have ever laid my eyes on, and that means that the regulation is done by miniature, almost microscopic screws that are on the weight, on the periphery of the balance wheel, rather than a regulation lever which tightens or loosens the mainspring. This is balanced by weight, and that's what free sprung means, and that really is a feature that you expect in the highest end of watches rather than in mass produced. You usually, almost certainly, don't find it in mass produced watches. The rotor bearings on the I don't know if you can hear the rotor powering the watch there, but it makes a pleasant sound. It's ceramic bearings, so again, something a little bit higher end, and reducing the level of friction and wear that the rotor is subjected to. So there are certainly features that you won't find in everyday watches, that certainly other watches that are featured on the channel. Okay, so I think I've spent a lot of time on the movement, and justifiably so, because that is where the heart of this watch is. The case, you can argue it's relatively simple. Of course, it's finished to a high degree of craftsmanship and fineness, but it is a simple understated dress watch. That's what it's supposed to be. 40mm stainless steel, ultra thin, meaning only 7.45 millimeters thick, and that's really quite amazing. 20mm lug width, of course, in this size. It's sapphire on the front and back. You wouldn't expect anything else at this level. And you can see it's not a screw-in case back. It's got screws on the quadrants there if you wanted to remove that case back to get at the movement. A 50-meter water rating, meaning that don't be too afraid if you're wearing this out in the rain, but you certainly are not supposed to get this wet intentionally. The dial is got this silvered sunburst pattern, which it's not overly done. It's quite understated. Again, very, very suitable choices. The markers that you can see there, at all 12 positions, rhodium plated aero markers, and look at those elegant dolphin hands and that very, very thin seconds hand there that you can see there, all adding up to a very understated dress style watch that easily fits in any sleeve that you're going to wear. This really is the thinnest watch that I featured. I mean, of course, you can get quartz ones that will be thinner, but keep in mind this is a fully automatic Swiss movement and mechanical movement. The bracelet, again, another first for the channel. Right, a lot of leather that you see is kind of like faux alligator pattern. This is not faux alligator. This is real alligator leather. The first time I believe the first time I've actually laid hands on alligator leather. The clasp is a butterfly deployment, and nicely finished, of course, to a high polish with the company name there. And as you can see, I'll just as you can see, when it clasps up, it closes up, it gives that pin buckle appearance, just to give a nice look to the outside there. So let's put it on for the wrist shot now. Okay, so there we have the Master ultra thin date on the wrist, and look, it really just so discreet. It's really something, this particular piece. And there we go, there's the clasp there closed up. Okay, so thank you guys for watching, and thank you to my colleague Sanjay for making this watch of his available for this review. It's really been quite a pleasure to be able to feature a JLC on the channel. Thank you guys for following the channel so far. Subscribe to keep in touch, and of course let me know what you think about this review, about this company, which really is in the upper echelon of high horology. Cheers, I will see you next time.